to have an expert with us. We have Susan Shipp. She is the science expert here at Carrollton Farmers Branch ISD. Susan.
Hi, middle school students and Mr. Kincaid.
Thank you. I guess our first question is, what's the difference between a rock and a mineral? Aren't they the same thing?
Well, let's take a look
Alright, let's take a look.
what we know about rocks and minerals.
Oh, my headlight broke again. Oh well, I'll put it back up there. There we go. Okay, what do we know?
Alright, minerals. As you take a look, a mineral is naturally occurring solid that's chemically the same.
Okay.
A rock, it's also naturally occurring solid, and it's containing many different minerals that are not chemically the same.
Okay, well, do we have any examples of that? Show us an example of a mineral. What? Show us something that would be a mineral that would be the same.
Here's an example of a mineral.
Yeah.
This is sulfur, and as you can see, it looks the same throughout the whole piece of the mineral that I have here.
Okay.
Now let's take a look at a rock.
Okay. Here's one you can look. Or we have that too.
Here is an example of a rock. You can see by looking at this rock, it's got several different colors within the rock, and that shows you some of the differences. It's got different mineral pieces that make up this particular rock piece.
Yeah,
so there's
looks like you might even have a little sulfur in there.
It looks like it might. So again, as you take a look at a mineral and a rock, you can see that the mineral is made up of one substance throughout the whole piece, and a rock has several different minerals that make up its composition.
So what do we have here? Six properties that help identify minerals. There's texture, color, cleavage, hardness, luster, and streak. Okay, some of these, I'm not sure what some of these are, but here, let's talk about these real quick. So let's start with, oh, by the way, you better write those down because you're going to need them later. Okay, so texture, that one we can pretty much go. Texture is just what? This.
So texture is how it feels. This one is pretty smooth.
Yeah.
And then you look at another example of a mineral, and it is a lot rougher.
Yeah, okay.
So the texture, you can tell there's a difference between these two mineral samples.
Sure, just based on that. That's
yes.
easy. Okay, and of course color. That's another one for color. That's the same thing. You know, you can tell the difference between these two just because they're a different color. That's pretty easy. Although, does color is it always consistent?
Color's not always consistent. Sometimes you have minerals, depending how quickly they formed, may have different color shades.
Oh, so even within it's the same mineral, but it may have a different shade of color or something.
True.
Diamonds, don't you have like black diamonds and blue diamonds, and even though they are a mineral?
True.
Okay, there you go, good. All right, let's see. So color is really good if you use it with other properties, because by itself, it's not that reliable. Okay, our favorite, cleavage. What is cleavage?
All right. Cleavage is how the mineral breaks. So as you take a look at this sample, you can see the different layers. And if I was to use a tool to separate these layers, that would be the cleavage, how the breaking points of each of the minerals. So you can see on some of the different mineral samples that you have different areas where your minerals are going to break.
Well, what about like this one right over here? Like that one. I don't really see that it has a certain way that it breaks.
And in some of the minerals, when the molecules that make them up are so close together, it's very difficult to see the cleavage. You would probably need to take your hammer and chisel
I thought you were going to hit me there. So.
To work on figuring out where the breaking point is.
Okay. Oh, we have mica there. Yeah.
So
Thank you, videographer. That was very good. So that one, man, that is really thin. That doesn't even look real. That's mica. Right?
Correct.
So that is a mineral, and it has one plane of cleavage. In other words, it can go into really flat little planes,
yes,
right?
very small pieces, and you can see right there the cleavage, it's
Oh,
starting.
wow. So you can take a little piece off if you wanted to, and it'll just slice right off.
Yes, separate.
Oh, well, that's neat. Okay. All right. So fracture is, just when it's very rough, or can do break up on certain lines. Now, luster. Luster is how shiny something is, right? So what's this?
So here we have two different minerals. And when we talk about luster, one of them is shinier than the other. So this mineral has more luster.
Okay, so it's just shinier.
This one, yes.
Okay, and also this one looks like a metal to me, and this one's shiny, but it doesn't really look like a metal to me. So we have metallic and non-metallic, right? Okay, very good. All right, so. Streak. Okay, what's streak here? Let's move our plate over here.
All right, streak is the color the mineral leaves behind when rubbed on a rough surface.
Well, won't that be the same all the time? I mean, if it's black and you're going to leave a black streak?
Well, we would think that it would be the same, but as you see on our notes here, the streak that a mineral leaves is not always the same color of the mineral.
Okay. Do I have any examples of that? Let's see. Well, that one probably is the same. Let's just check. So, yeah, you can see the powder left behind is pretty much this yellow. I wish I hadn't touched that. That's going to be nasty. Okay, so what else do we have? Let's try. Yeah, let's do the
pyrite.
Okay, so we got pyrite. We'll try that one, and it's well, it's called fool's gold. So obviously. But it doesn't really leave the same color. It looks like a darker color in the streak.
Almost black on the streak.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very good.
The color of the mineral is more of a gold.
Okay. So it's not necessarily the same. True. All right. So that'd be a good indicator. So that's streak. Oh, and our last one, hardness. We saved the best for last. Okay. So hardness is what? How hard something is? You hit it on the head, or what is hardness?
Well, hardness does have to do with how hard it is, but as you take a look here, it measures how easy it is to scratch the surface of the material.
Okay. So let's see. So we have this scale, the Mohs scale. That's generally what you use, and it says here talc is a 1. So does that mean it's I guess it's not very hard, or it is very hard?
It would be the mineral that is softest, so it's not very hard.
Okay. Do we have that over here?
We do have it over here.
Okay.
Let's see. There is.
Alphabetical. Okay. All right. So we should be able to scratch this. That's not talc. We missed a move date. Here you go. And you can see we can scratch it right up. Okay. Very good. All right, so that's the softest, and I scratch it with my, here we go, close up with my finger or thumbnail. Okay, so what do we have next? Next it says copper penny, and that has 3.2, so it's a little bit harder than, so I couldn't scratch a copper penny, for example, with my fingernail. Okay, so we've got one.
Here's a piece of calcite that's on our Mohs scale.
All right, so should we be able to scratch this or not?
I believe we should be able to scratch it.
Well, and it looks like I am able to make a scratch in it right here. Yeah, it's getting close, although, yeah, it looks like right in there.
Yeah. And I can see pieces of it on the penny.
There you go.
Scratching.
There you go. Very good. Okay.
All right, so that's good. So next on our list is using a steel nail.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Well, then we can kind of go like this. That means this should be able to make a scratch into the copper penny because the steel nail is harder. And you can see it does make a scratch in the copper penny because the steel is harder. Yeah, that works.
Good.
What else you got? Oh, we're going to do this one?
Yeah, there's a...
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
It definitely scratches that. Okay. All right, very good. So we know this is harder than this.
Very good.
All right. So what else do we have?
Let's see, back on our scale.
Oh, here, you got your diamond ring. Let's check your diamond ring out, and we'll just try to scratch. You're not going to let me
I'm
use
not
your
sure I
diamond
want to
ring.
do that.
Because diamond rings are the hardest thing, right?
Diamonds are the hardest mineral.
So
yes.
they should be able to scratch glass or anything else.
That's what our chart doesn't say that, but yes.
That's true. I guess glass would have to be probably in here somewhere, as I
Right.
think is where it is. So we have 6 main things to identify a mineral, and if you use all 6, you're going to get pretty close to getting the right mineral, right?
Yes. Correct.
So, and as a matter of fact, what you're going to do next, you're going to use these skills to identify a mineral. So until next time, I say goodbye, and you say
So long.